Hello everyone, this is Dartt, and recently there was an interview between Ion Hazzikostas, Jesse Cox, and Crendor. It was only about a half hour long, and I'll say up front I wasn't too impressed with it. I'm going to preface this by saying I have nothing against any of these people. Ion has done a lot of hard work on World of Warcraft, and I appreciate that. Jesse and Crendor are both well-known creators, and my hat's off to them. That being said, I'm not going to pull punches. Things are what they are, so let's get to it. So initially there was a lot of discussion about wanting to talk about 7.2 and 7.3, but half the time is absolutely wasted talking about old content. Catch-up mechanics, we know about those by now. Mini holidays, if we care about them, we know about them. If we don't, we're not going to bother. Deaths of Chromie, there are full-length spoilers out there. It's over. It's done. All that's left is farming it. Ion talks about the recurring calendar, that everything will come back around. Yay. I totally would not have realized that. Jesse briefly talks about new game mechanics that popped up on the Broken Shore. Oh wait, they weren't new. They've been around since Warlords, and the building mechanics were simply repurposed to get more mileage out of them. Most of us really do not want more Warlords content. Period. Ever. If we could drop a huge bomb on our garrisons, we would have before starting Legion. There was some discussion about world boss loot tables, that they don't scale up, and I really don't see this as an issue. If you need old world boss loot, go kill them. Otherwise, go do a raid. This isn't rocket science. A discussion of dragons as a raid theme in World of Warcraft. ... Of all the ways you could have went with the discussion, this is the thing? More dragon story. I guess Kalik being around for the entirety of the artifact weapon quest chain didn't register. Did you even bother to play Legion at all, Jesse? The segues into Illidan, more tangential storytelling, and it really tells us absolutely nothing. Crendor jumps in with pet battles, knows nothing about it. Has never done any pet battling, but suddenly he wants an intro to pet battling. Three people sitting around exchanging stories about how they got into pet battles. Whatever. Then there's a plug for World of Warcraft lore books. Fine. Eventually, the discussion turns to Argus. Ion didn't think there was enough content for a full expansion, but that it would serve as a good cap for Legion. Okay. Alright. Then here we go with Jesse again yanking the conversation back into the banal. A trivial discussion about where the Burning Legion fits into WoW cosmology. This is a question he could have answered by watching a novel video or reading one of the lore books he just plugged. Will we eventually defeat the Burning Legion? Maybe. Will we deal with an Elder Void Lord? Who knows? Again, maybe. Crendor asks about invasion points in Argus. So we'll have to go defeat Legion invasions on other worlds from Argus. Okay, something new, interesting, and informative. Good. Will Argus pop up later in the story? After Legion? Maybe. Okay. Back to Jesse asking a silly question about character storytelling. What happens in the background with non-current story characters? Can we follow them? Ion. No. Dark Moon Fair. I guess we may get a roller coaster, maybe. And Jesse wants some sort of Dark Moon Fair tycoon thing because we couldn't download a similar game off Steam if we wanted to play that. I guess. This interview, in my opinion, completely, absolutely sucked. I feel like Ian basically called Jesse and Crendor and said, hey, want to read off some scripted questions for an interview? And the two of them leapt at it. I never got a sense that either of them actually played Warcraft Legion, or that they had any frustrations with it. There was no direct mention of anything in the vein of artifact weapons, relevant raids, or 5-man instances, or story. Current story, relevant story. There was no feedback given about the dev team's heavy-handedness on Broken Shore, or if they'd learned their lesson since it effectively drove people away. Despite a whole new 3-zone content patch coming, very little was asked about it, or any of the content in it. This was a puff piece, plain and simple, absolutely worthless to anyone but an absolute neophyte Warcraft player. Even a Warcraft novice would get very little out of this. I guess it's easier to get two Blizzard-friendly YouTubers to pose puff questions than have lore pick questions from the community forum. Even the most vapid forum goer usually comes up with something better than what we see in this interview. Overall, I'm disappointed. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe. Good luck. Have fun. See you in game.